Okay, guys, we're back, and we're going to start with episode 3 from season 14, but we'll give you a quick overview of episodes 1 and 2.
Because I fell asleep for the first 2 episodes, so finally picked up here with these categories.
Right.
But I'm quite lost, to be frank. I mean, there were so many gowns, so many looks. I mean, these girls were busy.
Yeah, that's too many damn outfits, but it's cute, and it's interesting seeing the girls. There's a lot of controversies this season, and we'll talk about it.
I'm the older one, so it's a lot of new wave things I don't understand.
But we'll get to that when we get to that. But this season, the girls pick a chocolate bar, and if they get eliminated, they'll open up the chocolate bar, and if they have a gold bar, they get to stay. If it's just chocolate, they gotta go. Which is interesting.
I forgot all about it, to be honest, until the one that got eliminated, till she took it out of her bra.
Oh, yeah. She took it out of her bra to see if she gets to stay.
Mm-hmm. Well, she certainly had enough room in that outfit for the chocolate bar in there. It kept falling down, honey. You think the chocolate bar would have given her some more support.
That's true. Okay, so now let's go through their boy outfits really quick, because that's always interesting. So, in this lineup is Maddie Morphisus,
the straight contestant of the season, and more country than Brittany.
Yeah, and he is definitely dressed as a straight boy. Like, I don't know how I feel. Like, let's just talk about it now. How do you feel about straight people doing drag? On one hand, drag is a part of LGBT culture. But then on the other hand, you have to think about it. Cis straight women do drag too. And if we allow them to do it, and them not being part of the community, is it wrong to not, extend the same for a straight person? Cis man.
I come from the old school.
But from the old school, straight women been doing drag.
Showgirl, beads, feathers, dancing. I'm trying to be open-minded. I'm trying to adjust to the new way of thinking.
No, it's not even so much that, because I'm more so trying to understand why a straight person would want to do it. But then you have to think about it too. You have to think about it. If you go back to this has always been around. You have to think the whole concept of a straight man dressing up. It's a thing, and it's always been a thing. It's just different this time because it's drag and it's a performance, so you don't see that as much. But men getting in women's clothing and still being straight has always been a thing. Yeah. But we just have not seen it done in drag. So I'm trying to put my mind in that kind of headspace, and then I kind of understand it. But it's just weird to us because it's so ingrained in just LGBT culture. We don't see it. But
RuPaul said it best. Maddie has the inability to fill her puss.
Exactly. And that's what we're noticing.
Fantasy. It is a female fantasy. At the day, you could put whatever labels and context and newness on it, whatever. It is a female fantasy. It's the highest form of female illusion or realness.
Right.
And I just don't think a straight man could really feel.
Energy. And that's another thing too. Because don't get me there's been straight people though before, Fu Wong Fu, they all managed to encapsulate too because they're actors. So and you have to think about it too. Drag is a form of acting. You're an actor at the end of the day when you're in drag. But so anyone could really do it. It's not even so much. I don't even think I necessarily have a problem with. I don't have a problem with him doing drag, but I'm noticing that he is stiff, and it's kind of more so just drag should be a feeling,
right?
But he kind of just gets in girls' clothes, and it kind of feels like for a kiki, but you don't. The main part of doing drag is you should be able to feel confidence and feel your puss. And he doesn't feel his puss, and he doesn't have the kind of confidence when he's in drag. So that's more so why I'm I don't it's kind of just I get in drag, and he does perform, I guess, in his little small town, but it's he doesn't, it doesn't seem like he's doing drag to get your life. He's doing drag because I like dressing up, and it's kind of cool. I don't know, I can't speak for him, but it doesn't seem he doesn't permeate I'm about to bad bitch energy, and that's mainly what drag is. So that's why it's kind of just seems I'm wearing a dress and it's fun and I'm cool, and I'm not even I'm cool, but I'm the straight guy that doesn't mind doing it. And yes, there's all different forms of self-expression, but
You really said it best with that Tu Wong Fu example because Patrick Swayze...
They encapsulated
those characters as actors would.
As fish.
And I just don't think Maddie's that good.
Because he's like stiff. Because when he even when he walked down the runway, he doesn't slay it. You need to slay it when you come down the runway.
There was no mood there. There wasn't even character development there.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't mind straight people doing drag, but it's just like, if you're gonna be in drag, slay it. But like I said before, cis straight women have been doing drag and no one says anything about that. So I guess we should, it's just new to us. I guess why that's the whole frenzy, because everyone's never seen a straight person like that.
So what's this one's name from Fresno?
And then the next one's Skye, Deja Skye.
Deja Skye.
Ooh, honey, with that blue beret and the pink shirt. She is giving Fresno.
I know this girl. I'm from Modesto,
yeah, she's
California.
from Modesto, so that's your neighbor.
Fresno and Modesto are not far off culturally. So I know this girl. I know this cheer coach. I know everything about her.
And that's how they would dress.
She is just giving you that. She's giving you Fresno drag. This is something we'd see, in Stockton or Modesto or Bakersfield.
Yes.
It's not a RuPaul Drag Race level drag. And that was very apparent by the talent show, which was a really good idea. And I was actually really excited to see it. And I thought it was going to be this whole bring it on fantasy. And it was just flat. It was really, really flat.
And then, forget her name, but Miss Biker Jacket, that's a cute and fine work
Yeah,
outfit.
that one's from New York. I'm really liking, her body shape, I think, is really beautiful. She really has that long body shape, which I'm very attracted to.
Yeah.
And everything she's shown has been really, really gorgeous. And she's giving you
Jasmine
nice...
Kennedy.
Yeah, Jasmine Kennedy. She's giving you a nice...
all
New York,
black.
New York look. That's a very New York look.
And then, what was her name again? That's not.
I don't know. I couldn't pick these girls out of a lineup if a gun was to my head.
I'll clock it later when we go through the names. It'll come to me. But that's giving very hipster.
Yeah,
it's whatever. It's hipster.
Cincinnati hipster, wherever she's from.
Yeah.
So,
the one who went home, but. Oh wait, no. Oh no, he's the one who went home, and then.
See, and this is a sad thing. These girls are just very forgettable. I haven't really. It's the third episode, and I don't even know their name.
I know, but then the next one next to him, that's
Cornbread.
No, not Cornbread. The other one, the tall one in the back behind Cornbread.
Oh,
that's what's her name's sister? Drag
mom. Crystal Method's
Crystal Method's drag mother. Yeah. Diabetes.
Sure.
That's her name, Diabetes.
But I did love how Cornbread was like Diabetic Betty or what, Diabolical Betty, whatever she was calling her.
I think she called her Diabetical.
Oh, I love that though.
But denim jacket, hat, standard boy look. Come through Cornbread in the African print.
Oh yes, honey. And then what is that? It's like a little bug on her captain.
Bitch, don't you go get us in trouble with your. That is. African prince, bitch. It ain't no bug.
Bug in a damn African print. They ate that damn dragonfly on the episode.
And then
Sasha Colby's daughter.
Yeah, Carrie Colby.
Carrie Colby. She's gorgeous.
Very
I
pretty.
think her story needs to be fleshed out a little bit more. So right now.
Yeah, we need to know more.
Oh, and what's that June Jambalaya, honey?
Jambalaya.
And the Everlane sale she got going there.
I'm kind of liking the tan moment with the matching hat. You don't like it?
Well, honey, that's your look. That's.
I like a hat too, but I don't know. But this was cute. That's cute for her. But then later on, she says she's a stylist and a personal stylist, and we were like, okay, that's interesting. But anyway, right. And then Georges,
we love Georges. She's just so little and cute. I love her.
Yeah, she's adorable.
Oh, what's that messy one's name?
And then that's Bosco.
Okay, sure.
When she's in drag, she's really pretty. As a boy, she looks like she smells. No shade.
She's giving you actually a very UK drag race vibe to me, so...
I don't know, but she looks like she needs a bath when she's a boy. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. And then,
Willow Pill.
I like a cute little striped shirt. The trade of the season.
Yeah, the one from Puerto Rico.
Archer.
Okay.
Something Archer, I forget.
I don't know. Do not know these girls' names.
I kind of like that little, militant kind of look with the army pant.
Right, okay, sure.
And then, what's her name?
The southern one.
The southern one.
What
is her name? Damn it.
What about her house shoe moment she's giving you here?
Well, no, those are slides.
Okay, sure. I thought it was... that's what I call a house shoe.
You don't wear slides? Well, the young kids are wearing slides, so you wouldn't understand. But no.
I wear a proper shoe with a back when I'm out in public.
Okay, now into their look. So we'll do them all one at a time, and we'll go through each outfit that they do. So it was the ball, and they had to do. Oh wait,
RuPaul looked
let's first
fantastic.
start.
I love this RuPaul look. I think this is one of the best dresses she's ever done in 14 seasons, really, of her career.
I mean, yeah, she does look gorgeous.
Well, but I love gold on like olive skin. I think it's
she
so
looks stunning.
gorgeous.
Raven does a really brilliant job with her makeup. Yeah, so then so they had to do. They both had to do a balls, and they do a ball, and they split the girls up into sections: hide and chic ball, red, white, and blue ball. Each one has a resort. Each one has evening wear. Each one has bridal. So Alyssa's jungle resort was giving. It was zebra resort, actually.
The best of Puerto Rico.
It's confused because she's trying to give us like equestrian with the little whip, but then why do you have ski goggles? It's just confused, but I get where she was going, I guess. I just don't like seeing the back lining. That's always going to be a big pet peeve of mine.
As you say, best didn't quite
the lack of lining. Yeah, she didn't get the brief. But like if at what it is now, if we're gonna pick it apart, like line the back because I don't like seeing the back of fabric, and then if you're gonna do a high low, and I guess I get the idea, but she has too many briefs. But it's not horrible. Like, I get where she was going.
It is, I'm looking at these 4 photos and just all I see is Miami. Just Miami.
Well, no, because
this is the 10 o'clock show, Miami drag.
Well, the second one, which was the cheetah evening, the jungle evening, I guess it was like Mugler, she said.
I would say Roberto Cavalli.
No, she said Mugler. She copied it exactly. That's the shade. But it is, and she copied it exactly. I like it. It's fine.
I need to see a photo of this Mugler reference, honey.
Yeah, it's cute. It's fine. I like that. I like that better than this confused ski resort, whatever the fuck it is. And then bridal.
Which nothing gave me bridal about that. Like, I'm not saying you have to be literal, you have to be white, but nothing screams bridal. Once again, the only thing that says to me is 10 p.m. drag show in Miami.
Well, it's more elevated than that. Actually, it does look cheap. It's weird because it looks cheap and it looks expensive at the same time. I don't know. But it's not bridal. So we're gonna follow briefs, and if we're going by a brief, it's not bridal.
We're gonna go to the drag show later at Renegades in San Jose tonight, and we will see better outfits than this.
Oh no! Don't tell the people that don't tell them that it's embarrassing. I'm just kidding. And then Bosco, which
you're so right though. She's so much better as a lady than as a boy.
Yeah, she looks really elevated and really chic when she's in drag. Her resort is cunt.
Yeah.
I like the resort.
I mean, this is all 10s all the way around. She's giving me a bit of an Alaska vibe.
No, it's not Alaska. It's not Alaska. It's Violet Chachki.
Oh, if Alaska and Violet had a baby, I think they'd have Bosco.
No, she looks dead on Violet. And what's funny, too, is Violet also looks like she smells when she's out of drag. No shade. No, I'm just saying. It's true.
You're going to get us in trouble.
It's not in trouble. I didn't say nothing racist. She do look like she smells. But I still like her. The bitch is chic. But people can look like they smell and they still be cunt.
But I like this whole Betty Page kind of Dita Von Teese, thing she's got going on.
Yeah, she's giving that. Well, I mean, yeah, she's giving that.
Very good. I usually wouldn't be like, 3, animal prints in a row.
Well, no, they all have. That was their category. That was the animal ball.
Oh, the animal ball.
Bitch, did you pay attention to the episode?
There were like 18 categories, like Dorian Gray and Paris is Burning. I couldn't stay away from.
So the next one is the cheetah one that she did, and that's for the jungle evening, and I like that because it's giving cheetah and it's giving evening wear. I mean, normally you wouldn't think pants for evening wear, but I'm gonna give it to her because with the gloves and the way she mixed, and another thing is I like that she mixed scale. If you're gonna mix prints, make sure that and you're gonna mix it a good way and an easy way to do it is just do it by scale. Smaller and then bigger, and I think it works.
That's true. I didn't think about it that way, but you're right.
And then the gloves. So I'll give it fine for evening wear. I don't know if I like the earrings. It's kind of like random to have that like super ornate earring.
It was very elevated, and the earring just looks cheap.
Yeah,
it just looks some bad like Nicole Kidman 2004 knockoff.
Yeah, because it's too ornate, and then like it's not going with it. It's like all of a sudden it's blingy, and nothing else is giving that, so it's weird. So no to the earrings, but I'll give it fine for the look. And then her wedding, that's not a wedding gown.
Not at all. Not even close.
Yeah.
Maybe, Pamela Anderson's 17th marriage in 2044. But yeah, it's definitely, it's not even like slutty elevated. It's, I would like the dress if it wasn't a wedding.
I'd give it. Well, yeah, you need to meet the brief.
Sense.
And
yeah.
if that red attachment hit the floor, then I'd give it to her. If we're doing wedding, things need to hit the floor. So that's where, and granted you can elope and wear a short dress, but that's not what the category is calling for. The category is calling for wedding gowns. So make it look as close to a gown as possible. So.
Oh, you want to make me gowns?
So
right.
I'm just gonna chop it.
Oh. Okay, I love Willow Pill. I
Oh shit! I fucked up on the Willow Pill because
we didn't get the third.
I'll add it later.
Yeah.
But the first Willow Pill was her evening. I mean her
I think
resort.
they said it was like a nod to Florida. It was like
that's what they were saying. But it's her resort, and I see Florida.
Yeah, what Willow Pill does best is what she said. She does these pedestrian looks that are really, really elevated, and I love that you're easily able to get her iconography. That she doesn't have to explain anything to you. You know these references straight away.
Well, moving on to her
90s
evening.
Look.
Her evening, that's literally like she literally copied what is a Versace number.
Right. I mean, it's a fantastic period for Versace. Why wouldn't you copy it?
But why would you? But is it I don't know. How do you feel about copying?
I think what RuPaul said best. I don't think these girls are the queen of originality by any shape or form. So as RuPaul best, I think that's why RuPaul was giving them a wink and a nod, being baby like copy, because bitches don't have an original thought in your mind.
Well, he more so was talking to the big girls. He was talking because he was talking to June Jambalaya, and it was more.
I think it was a note for everybody.
I mean, I don't maybe, but I thought he was meant more so it's hard for the big girls to get it together. Yeah. So copy a big girl who did, but maybe that's not what he meant.
We're going to get into June Jambalaya here.
But
sad ass fashions.
But even for the big girls though, you don't need to copy for the big girls too. There's ways to you just need to dress your body. So I didn't even necessarily agree with him on that, because when he was talking to June, she doesn't need to copy. She just needs to find taste. That's what the problem is. She doesn't have taste. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I feel about copying. I feel like you should be here, giving us something new. I don't know if you should be coming to the runway with something.
I think it's so difficult because let's face it, all the ideas have really been done already. In a way. And the other thing is, I think RuPaul Drag Race is so mass now that you have to do a mass reference, because otherwise people are going to get it. If you were at some drag and doing some, drag show in the East Village, some obscure reference that nobody was going to care about, but it's millions of people now, so you have to do something. But some sort of iconography that's going to be easily digestible for the audience at this point.
I guess, but the category is leopard, and she does have, it's black leopard. I don't know if you can see it, but does it give you the category enough?
I think Willow Pill is going to be in the top 3. So
I don't know. I just I like it, and I can see that it's leopard print and the black leopard print, but I just kind of feel like when you get a brief, you should hit us in the face with it, and if you don't zoom in, you don't see that print. So I feel like you should hit us in the face with leopard, hit us in the face with zebra immediately. But
I guess if the others had, I'd be a little bit more behind it, but none of them really.
What do you mean they all did? I mean, they all used the print. Hers is the only one that's faint because it's all black. But everyone else, you see it immediately.
Willow Pill is actually
but it's still nice. It's still really nice. And then I forget. Well, we don't have a picture of her gown up here, but it was. Do you remember it?
Not really.
But I remember thinking it was fine. And then
Carrie Colby.
So her zebra resort. It's cute.
Yeah,
that's resort.
I like it. It's very like Bratz doll come to life.
I would have liked to have seen a thin pink belt.
Yes, I agree with that.
To bring it up and cinch and bring it in, but it's cute. And then her evening.
I liked it because I love that little spinner hat. So it's all very almost Sims game, so it's so cartoonish and kind of Aqua is in the music group, Sims, Bratz dolls. It's all this sort of elevated cartoonish Disney Channel thing.
Yeah, it's cute. I like it. The belt's a little too chunky because then that thick belt with the heels that have the detailing with the ostrich feathers at the bottom, and then the hat, it's a lot of breakage points. points. That's kind of too much going on, but...
And I love the Birkin, so with, like, all the, like, flowers.
But I get the
coming out.
story.
That
It's
was
giving,
such a
like...
nice-
I get the executive realness story. And then,
I did not like this cheetah thing.
Oh, wait,
That
I
was-
did... And go back to the hat, because that hat's cute, because
Oh,
it
yeah,
spins.
yeah, the cat's so cute because it
so-
spins, yeah.
But yeah, the cheetah thing she made herself is... Ooh, honey.
She's not a sewer. She's not a seamstress. She is definitely not working in the atelier time soon, as she mentioned.
I like that she managed to line the underpart with a different cheetah.
Yeah.
I guess I can give her that.
She did the best she can, and I'm actually surprised it came out this good.
And then
to
the
be
little head wrap,
honest.
I'm like,
So-
okay, I guess.
But it was so funny when she was in the workroom and really feeling her puss and everything. She was just like, "What? Tell me the fantasy." And everybody was like, "Wrap that fabric bolt around you."
Right. So... I gave it a C minus, I guess.
For overall, we're talking about the last look.
the last look.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then I guess overall a B, because that first one is really strong.
Yeah.
The resort's strong. Cornbread. Her jungle resort is cute, because I kind of like that water bottle. The water bottle's kind of chic.
If you look at it just kind of here, it's nothing, but her personality is really
She
what
sold
makes
it.
all these things come alive. So instills none of this is anything
It's
to write
giving
home
jungle.
about.
I mean, but it's giving jungle resort. I like to see a different shoe. But I like the water bottle. I like the touch of the water bottle. But other than that, yes, it is a little bit off the rack feeling, but still.
Definitely. I mean, like I said, in motion, all of these were so great. But
Yeah.
you just look at, if we looked at the photos and we didn't know any of the context, we'd be like, who is the sad queen?
Right. So then her next one's her evening gown. And mind you, it has to be leopard evening gown. But the thing is, she does have the leopard on the collar and the sleeves, but the rest of it is black velvet. Now, what would have been smart is if she used the same that fabric of the black leopard from what's her name had on the black part, and then you had two leopards. I would have liked that more, because I feel like she doesn't have enough leopard.
Yeah, this one is giving you the biggest, like, Baps reference. So I'm like,
Bitch, you can't just see a black person with tall brown hair and call them black. You're a racist ass bitch. And I'm just kidding.
It's Baps. It is Baps, and I stand by my statement. I said what I said.
You know, I guess, yeah, the hair is kind of giving that. But yeah, the crushed velvet, I would have liked to have seen that be black leopard, and then I would have given it 10s. But right now, I'm going to give it a B minus, because to me, it's not enough leopard.
Yeah.
What would you give it?
C plus, more leopard.
Ooh.
More leopard.
C plus?
Exactly like you said.
Shit, I'll change mine to a C plus 2 then. And then her wedding gown. Wedding gown.
Once again, it was not wedding. The construction I thought was kind of poor. And then she kept doing that like snake thing, which I was like,
Well, 'cause
okay,
it's-
we get it. I was like,
it's
we
snake
get
print.
it. She was really like trying to oversell it. But I thought this was the saddest of all of them.
Really? No, I don't think it's that bad. It's kind
It's a
of...
C. It's definitely a C.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'll give it more like a C minus, but... Well, actually, no, I need to give it lower, because mind you, it's supposed to be a gown. It's supposed to be a wedding gown. So I'm going to give it a D plus.
Right, and then this high-low thing going on.
Well, that's what I think she thought, making it high-low made it more gown-like, and it's like, no.
You ain't Stephanie Seymour in the November Rain video?
It's not wedding. She's giving bridesmaid, which I guess is part of the family, but no, not it's
Black
wedding
Melissa
gown.
McCarthy bridesmaid, I'm sure.
A mess. But I kind of like the hair. You like the hair?
Yeah, Betty Page, sure. A lot of Betty Page today.
Orion's.
And
And then, so for her resort, I guess she was channeling a Heather, but the gag is she had a golf club in her hand, but they were playing
croquet.
Yeah.
Croquet.
Yeah.
So
That's a
croquet is the food. Croquet is the sport. So sorry about that. So, because I know you bitches are going to try and read me in the comments. But, this is the thing. I get the Heather's reference, but that sort of like metal hairdo that she's giving you, and, their outfits weren't this outlandish. I remember Gigi Good did Heather's, and it was spot on.
Yeah.
It's like there's just always something off about her. Like Gigi's taste is impeccable. Gigi is
Well,
an
first of all, get the
incredible
reference right.
creative director. And that is what is missing from this whole situation.
Yeah.
It's like there's no the devil's in the details, and there's no details here.
I mean, you literally fucking a golf club. Yeah. At least get the fucking tool. What is fucking instrument? Not even whatever the fuck you call that shit. Get it right. The equipment right.
Croquet accessories.
Yes, but not a golf club. So we're gonna give. You're gonna have to get chopped for that.
It's just all giving me like old stripper. Like old stripper.
But I do think she looks pretty though.
Old stripper in a town off of Reno, on the way back to California.
I do think she looks pretty though, at least. And then her jungle evening, that's giving me a little too trashy.
Rejected from the Whitesnake video.
And then she has the titty out.
This is not Tawny Katane. This is...
And then she has the titty out with the little fucking sheet of pasty on it, which is kind of a gag, but it's like... It's too many it's too gaggy, and like that's not what we're supposed to be giving.
That titty looks so fake too, you know.
Yeah, so no, we're gonna have to chop it. And then her wedding, that's giving more like Mother of the Bride, which she did make it after the mother. The mother was inspiration, but the category is a category, and it should have been a wedding gown. Should have been longer.
A lot of Cavalli references here.
But I do like the cut, and she made it herself, and I do think the fit's not bad. It's just a lot going on, though, because it didn't need the little hanging parts here, nor did it need the bow in the back, which even though I did kind of like the idea of the bow, it didn't need it. But, or maybe if you did put the bow, maybe make the bow more exaggerated and big or something.
She didn't need the bow. She had a lot going on. The judges were completely right on this critique. I stand by it. Yeah. They said what they said.
June Jambalaya. So she came with executive when she gave us resort. That she looked like she's getting on somebody's expensive plane.
Sad $10 wig.
Now that is true about the wig.
$10 ordered from.
She took
Amazon.
The bag out. She took that wig out the bag for sure.
Didn't even shake it. Didn't even comb it. Didn't even put any type of setting spray.
But you could tell she used
out of the bag.
You could tell she used a little cute little money to get that made though. The illusion. Not
okay.
Because right down to the bag. So that's cute. Then that's probably the best we've seen her look.
$500 tops.
Well, I don't think the fabric was terribly expensive, but at least it looks well constructed.
$400 for the labor.
And then, ooh, honey, that evening gown where she couldn't even walk in it, honey. That leopard evening gown that she couldn't walk in.
She asked for help? Because that's the easiest fix.
No, not the workroom one. The evening, the second one.
Yeah, no, the evening gown. That's what I'm saying. She just needed to chop the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's the easiest fix of anything. This was not some, I have to start from scratch reconstruction.
But she should have started.
She
should have started from scratch. But I don't think this one was probably made for her. But she should have just given it.
Like, I'm not giving you after6pm.com, size 10, fire sale.
Because it's too much fabric. But then again, sometimes it's all about selling something. She was tripping. If she came down the runway twirling and giving us volume and giving us yes, then we might have liked it. But she just looked. We saw her tripping.
There is a confidence thing.
Yeah, she was missing confidence. It was tripping over it and just not giving us life in it. It could have possibly been sold, but since she was tripping and it just kind of looked like it was swallowing her whole.
And that's why I'm so like about this whole season. Girl, where is the joie? Where is the energy? Where is the feeling of the puss? Like RuPaul said. There's just none of that.
Well, she didn't say feeling of the puss. She said whatever the fuck she was doing. But
this is a perfect example of like, this is the gay boy. You should really be feeling the fantasy. And it's like, I was feeling nothing. I was feeling like...
And you could tell she got defeated when she started tripping.
I was feeling like, do I want pizza chips or Skinny Pop when I was watching her?
Because if she had sold it, then maybe, but since she didn't sell it, I just felt like all that fabric was adding more bulk to her. So...
She's not the thinnest.
Well, that's why it's bad, because she was adding more bulk to her that she didn't need with all that unnecessary fabric that's fucking swallowing her whole and she's tripping over. So then she did evening gown, and that she made herself, and it shows.
I don't understand when it was the category was.
I mean, not even good. I'm not even good.
Why
Wedding
did
gown.
all of these
wedding gown.
girls do cocktail? They all did a cocktail.
Yeah, that's
wedding.
not a wedding. Yeah, that's not a wedding gown.
This is
It should hit the floor. A wedding gown should hit the ground.
Not only that, like, where are you getting married at, honey? This looks like My 90-Day Fiance on TLC, and the bride came over from Africa and getting married to some man in Georgia.
Well, here's my thing. And then she did the little drape. So I guess in her mind, she has a train. She has some semblance of a train. So now it's wedding, and that's not how it goes. And then she had the nerve to use that stupid frond covering her the whole time. It's like, bitch, move that. And on top of that, it's hideous. You could have made some other nice bouquet out of some other kind of leaf. It's hideous. But I more so have a problem with her saying that she's a personal stylist, and you came on the runway with that. You do not have taste.
I always think about this because, we're both stylists, and I'm not a sewer, so I would not be able to make these things. And how would that be perceived? How would I survive on this show?
But it's about
But
putting
we
together
have
something.
enough know-how
Yes.
around fitting, tailoring,
Exactly.
construction,
to put something together that looks at least to get you by. Like, she really, I'm offended that her, calling herself a stylist, came on a runway with something that looks so just all over the place. So that's why I'm just like,
it's not even accessorized well. So, because if I was me, I would just come out with the simplest gown that I made, just like 2 seams, top, bottom. And then I would accessorize for the gods and give you like, a big like Cinnabon dramatic hairdo and just be all about the accessories.
And then why did you put it like this wrapped? You could at that point you could have just made a veil and just there's so many things. It
was so much more effective when she just had that cheated tube dress on, and I was like, now you look great.
Well, it looked better, but it's
better. Actually,
but
I shouldn't say great, but
but it's
better.
but I just saw this and it was just like, oh no, you're giving me someone who doesn't have taste, and that's why I was just like, girl, you should never told us about you being no personal stylist, because that looks the mess.
And like Ronald said, offensive, just offensive to our profession.
Exactly. I was just like, oh girl, you tried it. And then Diabetti. So now we're giving it color. So I think this category is red. Mm-hmm. Red Resort.
She really looks so much like Crystal Method, and the way she does her makeup. I mean, you would think if this caption wasn't there, I would think that photo on the right was Crystal Method.
Yeah, she gives Crystal Method.
She really
red, but I like that little red number. The Red Resort is coming.
Yeah, it's coming too. And that little number, that wedding number that looks so awful in the workroom, it really came together on the stage.
It did. Oh no, but before we get to that, we got to give her evening number. No shade, but why did the evening number trigger me? Because I saw KKK.
When I saw Lady Gaga in American Horror Story.
Yeah, that's actually that was the reference. That was the reference.
Oh, that was the reference. Oh, okay.
She definitely was copying.
Yeah, definitely copied. Yeah, these girls don't have an original thought. I'm telling you,
they don't.
So.
And then the wedding is cute though. She constructed it well.
No, I give this a solid A-.
Yeah.
Overall.
Angeria, that was her name, Angeria.
Oh, I love.
I mean, I don't know how I forgot her name. She's like my favorite because she's so kind, but she's so pretty.
I think it's Angeria Van Michaels. There's some in between.
Oh, yeah. I just am calling her Angeria, but that red number is cunt as fuck.
Yeah, she has a face built for drag. She she got hit by a bat as a boy, but as a woman, stunning. And
that red is beautiful, and the way she was and coming down the runway, moving like you should be in a dress like that.
As RuPaul said, she has really studied. Mm-hmm. She has really studied the art of drag, living in Atlanta with all those drag queens. She is really giving you the essence of a classic drag queen, and I'm really excited to see her perform more. I think that's really because I really miss the performance angle of RuPaul Drag Race.
Mm-hmm.
We had 16 million runway categories, and it was look after look after look. And I love a runway show, and I love a look as much as I want to see performances. These girls need to be able to perform. And for me, in my definition of a drag queen, because nobody ever asked my definition, it's all about the new things nowadays. A drag queen is a performer, in my book.
Well, no, I'm going to disagree, because today a drag queen needs to be able to serve a look, needs to be able to perform, yes, but you also need to be able to just be. You need to be kind of like an influence, if you will.
Right.
So you should be like, you should be giving something that's new that people want to serve.
I am sick of these bedroom queens, these no talent queens. All they can do is makeup. Can't even sew. Can't do this. Can't do that.
Well, that's because now it's more so about you being able to like serve and less about the performance, which I don't mind though, because times have changed. And when you were doing drag though, bitch, it was you could get away with putting on lipstick and a fucking fake lash and throwing on a shake and go wig and stepping on a stage without any form of padding.
Because I was a performer.
I know, but were you pretty? I'm just kidding. But now it's about being pretty, bitch. Serving realness and serving cunt.
Right. But I love Angeria. Her and Willow Pill are like my favorites right now.
Yeah,
they're the only two I could stand to pay attention to.
Yeah, I really like Angeria. And then her
As you can tell by my energy level on the show today.
Her white evening wear was cute. I like if you're gonna do do pants. I think that was a good way. This is a good way to do it. And then her wedding, red, white, and blue. That's a cunt red, white, and blue wedding.
Right, I love it.
I like the detail.
And wigs. She's wearing real wigs. Real makeup, real outfits. This is drag.
And then I like how she added the white lace to the arms. That's a cute little detail. I would have liked to.
I love the white nails too.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the white on on as a veil as well.
Or maybe even like a bird in her hair. This big part here.
No, I'm talking about for the wedding.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she had
For the red, white, and blue wedding.
What was that she had in her hair? Flower?
It's just like a little hat.
Oh, okay.
But I like how she added that to the sleeves. Do you like that on the sleeves?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it gave it more because if she didn't have that, it wouldn't have felt wedding enough.
Right.
That's what made it feel wedding.
You know, it's giving you line for line copy, Ebony Fashion Fair 1992, and I'm not mad about it.
I can't, bitch. Deja Skye and her red.
Deja.
First of all, that's not resort. And then she had the nerve to say, like, it's okay to wear something like this during the daytime. Actually, no, it's not. That's a nighttime illusion.
I'm gonna say this with love because I don't want this to come off cruel. But, you know, she advertises herself as the thick girl, you know, the this, the that, you know, but she just doesn't really have a grasp on how to dress her body very well, you know, and that was evident from the cheerleading thing, and it's really evident here. So,
And
especially in that red resort.
And then I was most offended with the purple wig, and I guess she likes purple. She likes pastels, and that's kind of her thing. But I don't care what you like. The category is calling for red. Why would you put on a purple wig? If you wanted to wear a colored wig, you need to wear a red one. Like, how dare you? Yeah. So, and the pink and red just don't go. Pink and purple don't even go together.
When she came on for the first episode,
red and purple don't go together.
Oh, I'm gonna love her. Fresno cheerleading. Like, I just thought this was gonna be a really big star.
Yeah, but it's sad because she's not doing us NorCal girls well. Like, how dare you embarrass us? But the purple wig does not go with the red dress, so you're definitely chopped. And then on top of that, that is not resort. Like,
yeah,
that's a fucking nighttime illusion.
I know I'm gonna get some hate in the comments for this, but
What?
I'm just gonna say it. She is somebody who was born and raised in Fresno and never left and doesn't have any reference outside of the town of Fresno, California. I said what I said.
I mean, you say the same thing for Maddie though. She never left the small town either, and it shows. But you don't need to leave though. You don't need to leave your jurisdictions. It's just about doing your research though. If you're constantly on the internet learning things, you don't need to leave.
I'm not feeling the fantasy with a lot of these girls.
So I wouldn't even say it's because she never left Fresno. It's just she didn't do her research and she didn't try to learn how can I dress my body and just do your research. Her white evening, I don't hate it actually though.
Wedding ceremony as the one at the Red Line Hotel in Fresno, California.
Well, maybe if she wore that for the wedding, but the wedding had to be red, white, and blue though, so she couldn't have. So because the evening had to be white.
Oh, her best mommy dearest impression on the right.
But I don't know. I don't hate it though. I don't hate the pantsuit though. Do you hate it?
Everything's just all right with her. It's like I was really, really rooting for her, and maybe she's going to have a renaissance in some type of way, but I'm just not seeing the wow factor.
True. But for her having made the red, white, and blue wedding, I don't like that I would have liked to have seen a solid print for the red portion. I don't like that kind of like brocade. I don't know. It's too heavy. Almost looks like tapestry even. So it looks too heavy for a gown. But it is red, white, and blue, and it's constructed well, so she did the brief.
It is a bridesmaid's dress for your Tia.
But I mean, it's close enough to wedding looking, and then it hits the ground, so
that she wore again to your quinceañera.
A mess. But I
in Los Banos.
I get where she was going. I almost don't need that belt though. It's like kind of unnecessary. It would have been cleaner lines without it, but it's fine. She did the brief, which some didn't even do because she made a gown, and that was what was supposed to be done.
She did the best she could. I'll give her that.
Jasmine Kennedy.
Oh, I love Jasmine.
And her red resort. I thought it was cute. It's giving that's resort.
Great. Yeah. She met the brief on all of these, you know.
And the lobster claw was a cute little touch.
She has many, many talents. Number one, she is just gorgeous.
I thought,
the dancing factor, you know, the fact that she can sew and she made all these beautiful things. I really love her. Now, she is a star.
Yeah, I like it.
She is a star.
I like it. And I thought adding the claws was campy, and that's what she said. That's the reason she did it, and it is campy, and I like it. It's cute. Her evening, however, The white evening, that's giving ice skater.
It is giving you ice skater, so...
And I don't care if it's ostrich feathers at the bottom. It's still giving ice skater. So we're going to have to chop it. And it's almost not white enough.
Okay.
Nude is nude. It's reading. I'm getting more nude than I'm getting the white.
I love her red, white, and blue, though. I thought this was the best one.
Yeah, the red, white, and blue is kind of...
Yeah, the best one, so
So,
for sure.
yeah. I don't know about the best one, but it's cute.
Classic drag. Train well. A+ Jasmine Kennedy. Georgia!
Now, here's the thing about her red resort. It's not resort. Well, actually, no. It's not resort because of the fabric. The fabric's giving me more evening than in anything because that's not a resort fabric. But
it could be resort for Michelle Pfeiffer and Scarface.
I mean, I guess I see where she was going with, and it fits her nicely, but. I don't know. It's basic is what it's giving though.
She's built for drag, and she just has
she's gorgeous.
Star factor that I can't deny. None of these are really.
Well, she reminds me of Valentina,
and so reminds me of Valentina,
yeah.
like a little mini Valentina. Exactly like Ru said. Nobody needs to reinvent the wheel, and she didn't, and she did a fantastic job. I mean, she's giving you like a little petite Selena risen from the grave with these outfits.
Yeah, but remember we're doing it based off of the brief, and does she meet the brief? I guess.
B+ for meeting the brief. A+ for pizzazz.
Yeah, like she brings it, but it's close enough to resort that we can give it to her, I guess. We get the idea of resort.
Now I love these gowns.
Now her white evening, she brought it. The white evening, she brought it. That's evening, and that's how you slay. And then the judges didn't really like her wedding.
I loved it. So this
Ru
is
liked
so
it, but...
like Tex-Mex, like on the float, you know.
I like it. It was slutty, but I like it.
Oh,
it's a slutty wedding, but I like it.
Loved it.
Lady Camden.
First of all, I love Lady Camden.
I liked Lady Camden too.
I love everything Lady Camden does. I love the accent. I love the references. Mm-hmm. I love the dancing.
But with the red, for her red resort, it's giving resort.
Right.
It's giving resort with the head wrap. Doing that head wrap makes it resort too. It does veer a little bit towards fortune teller, but we do get resort still. And then her white evening. Too many things are going on.
Oh, I love it.
Oh no.
I actually think it has a kind of Victor and Rolf feel.
It has potential to give editorial kind of like a couture vibe, and that's what she was going for, but it's too many things going on. Maybe if she took that heavy, huge bow off, then it was just about the lines of that little wiring that she used, then it would be more of like, it'd be more like sleek. But that bow makes it busy right now.
It is busy, but there's just something about it that she can do no wrong with me.
I guess she sold it well then.
I don't really love the wedding. That's I think the
really, you don't like the
poorest look here. You know, maybe it's just the photo.
Did she paint the dress, or is it just like that?
It looks like it's hand painted, and if she did, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So
if she did, that's but she doesn't need that wire around the body again. I know she likes using wire, but she doesn't need it around there.
She has a lot. She definitely needs to earn it.
She needs to learn to edit.
The classic Coco Chanel thing. Yeah. Take the last thing off you put on.
Yeah, she definitely needs to learn how to edit. But fine, she did the briefs well. She did them fine, rather. And then Maddie Morphis is the one we've been waiting to talk about, bitch. Everyone wants to talk about. Because I was like, I couldn't wait to see what she gives to these challenges. And that dress, she looked like she stole from her girlfriend. She said she made it herself. That's a shame. And I'm like, why you make it yourself? That wasn't even the challenge you needed to do. Right. The wedding was the one you needed to make. You should have bought something, bitch, because this shit looked cheap.
Forever 21 fire sale.
Right, that's what it's giving. And it's just like, and then this goes back to like, and then I don't want to say that straight people don't have taste, because that's certainly not true. There's plenty of straight designers that, not plenty, but there are straight designers and there are straight stylists too, and they have taste. So, and that can kind of speak to like straight people dealing into like women's fashion. Like you can deal it. Yeah, it just so happens that he's getting into the women's fashion and getting in drag, so it's a little bit different. But straight is not to say straight people can't work with women's garments and work with women's clothes and work with femininity to an extent, deal with femininity. Because when you're like, designing something and you're designing something for a woman, you're still dealing with femininity. So there's straight people who do this, straight designers who do this. So it's possible, but and it does definitely happen. But for him, it's just, I don't even want to make it a straight thing. It's just he doesn't have taste. I don't want to say it's because he's straight. He just doesn't have taste.
RuPaul said it best. You have got to fill your puss in drag, whether cisgender female, gay boy, whatever. Trans man doing drag, like Got Milk. There
Got
is
Mick.
just a Got Mick. Sorry, I've done that like 16,000 times. I still to this day seen her perform, and I still cannot get it right. But there is just a lack of like star quality, that sort of actor embodiment we're talking about. So he is not an actress. That's what you need to be in drag. You need to be an actress.
Yeah, but this is more so a thing about taste, because even if he did come down the runway slaying it with fucking confidence, it still was going to look cheap. That fabric is not... When you're on a runway, you should think of using fabrics that, like, are going to grab our attention, not a fucking, like, polyester fucking sad.
Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, he has just never been on any type of scale beyond his hometown gay bar.
Now, and for him, it might more so be from being from a small town. But then again, even some people are born in small towns, and the biggest designer, you know what I mean? Like, and they have to...
Look at Halston.
Exactly. So it's like, I don't want to, like, limit it to these reasons as to why he doesn't have taste. But for whatever the reason is, he just doesn't have taste. But I'm still going to say it's because he's a straight man. I don't give a fuck. But... and then you add the small town, and that makes it worse. But I don't know. But... it's just not giving me what I need. That's just so... And then you had... the red purse was kind of cute. That matched. Because it was a little tiny purse. That's kind of cute. But, like... it's just so pedestrian for a main stage. And then again, it's drag. And you're on, like... you didn't even have the decency to, like, stone it with some red stones or something.
Right, exactly.
Like, you do something to elevate it. And that's where I'm wondering if it's, like, not understanding taste. And then, like...
it's not even understanding elevation, like you said.
Yeah, elevation, taste, and then... But then I almost wonder, is it because you're a straight man? You didn't have the idea to like, oh, this needs some shine, or the want to put something shiny on it. You know what I mean? I need to feel my puss. I need this to be shiny. I'm gonna put stones on it. Like, why? I just feel like that would be a normal gay person's
and the Marie
thought process. So I don't know.
Thing last week was so genius and so good, and then to come.
But you know what? Even that was good. But was it good because it was good because the way I think he was like kneeling the whole time. He had to, like, squat down. So it was good because the way his head looked. But then even that, doesn't it just give, like, he bought it from the costume store and plopped it on?
Oh, no, I think that takes so much more than that.
No, I think it looked like it was a costume. It was really just a costume. And then going back to all the things. Okay, now you got me. We have to talk about that. Because since we didn't do that episode.
You see what I did?
Yeah, you got me. You got me started. But, like, that, first of all, you could have stoned that, make it more drag, because it looked like a theater illusion.
Yeah, I guess I was just so paying attention to the head.
The head was perfect.
And I was like, how is he crouching?
Yeah, exactly. We were flabbergasted. We were flabbergasted by the stunt of it. That we weren't paying attention to the fact that the fabric was not giving life. It was cheap, and you didn't clock the shoes. This man was wearing flats on the runway.
Oh.
Black flats? How dare you wear flats? And why did you not read in the filth?
How was he not going to crash?
I don't give a fuck. You need to figure it out. It's Drag Race. How dare you wear flats on the main stage? Why did RuPaul not read him the filth? He went off on that on UK for the one who wore H&M, but you're not going to read someone the filth who wore flats.
Remember they read Shishi Devane for wearing that little jazz flag.
Yes,
his little baton number.
Yes, and then and it wasn't even a nice flat. It literally was like, it looked like those ones you roll up to put in your purse.
It probably was.
But that's not acceptable.
You did not say the Dr. Scholl's rolling out.
That's what it looked like. And I'm gagging that no one's like making a fuss over it, because it really should be a fuss. We should almost kick him off for it, because it's offensive. How dare you wear those cheap flats on a main stage? I'm truly offended. Didn't even stone him. How dare he? But
as you can see, he's on a stoning tangent tonight.
And I don't even like stones. That's what's funny, because I don't actually like it. But I feel like if there ever is a time to stone something, it's when you're in drag. But those flats really did offend me. But I did like the costume idea, because the head was a gag. But that was nice. But this red resort, while it is technically resort, it's not elevated enough, and it looks pedestrian and it looks cheap. So chop. But the makeup is nice.
All right.
I'll give him the makeup though.
Let's move on from Maddie because we'll be here for days. Otherwise.
All white. Oh no, wait, no, we can't move on yet. We didn't even do her all white evening, bitch.
Is it a dog on her?
No, it's 2 moons. Now the thing is,
Lord,
it's too. First of all, the fabric again is cheap. And that's the problem. He looks like he's going to his local Michael's in his small town and grabbing fabric, and that's the problem. That you don't do that for Drag Race. He didn't spend very much coins when he came here. You could tell. And not to say you need to either, but it shouldn't look like it, and it does. So the white evening, I guess it's evening.
Why is it 2 moons instead of 1?
I don't know, but it is evening because of the cut. But it's still too costume. Like you could have made it just regular evening. Maybe if you didn't have the moon on your head, I might have liked it. But then even if you didn't have that on her head, even if she didn't have that on her head, it would. I don't know. It just looks cheap. It just looks cheap overall. But it, I guess, meets the brief. It's a D. It's definitely a D plus. And then her wedding, I like how she put the stripes vertical, and the top is constructed well too. But it's too basic. And then my biggest problem was she almost doesn't know how to walk in heels or something. The way she comes down the runway, she doesn't come down the runway with confidence. So she doesn't sell anything when she comes down the runway. So that's the problem. And that, I think, is the straight thing. Because, like, that might be the straight thing. Because, I mean, like, not to say, like, a gay man is going to be able to encapsulate femininity automatically because there are plenty who can't. But if it's about feeling your puss, and this is a woman who can feel her puss, a cis woman can feel her puss, anybody can feel your puss, and this comes from just being tapped into your feminine energy. Like, oh, shit, when I'm just a regular boy, I might feel a song might come on, and all of a sudden I'm fucking twinkle toes and I'm feeling my puss and sauntering. And that, so if you don't have that energy kind of built into you, I don't think you're going to be able to translate that to a runway when you're supposed to like sell something. So I don't think he has enough feminine energy in him to want to even get into drag as a straight man, but he doesn't have the feminine energy that's in him constantly to kind of just make him feel his puss and sell shit. Because it's not about coming down the runway, it's about coming down the runway like, yes, honey, like, and feeling your puss. And that's not what he does. He kind of just like, and that's the problem. So I think that's where he's gonna have to figure out how to find, as Rue said, he's gonna figure out how to feel. And to be quite honest with you, that level of tapping into femininity, it's really just something you're born with.
I agree.
But then at the same time, they did it in Tu Wong Fu. So maybe, but I'm the actors.
They're talented actors. I think there's no performer here. I just don't see a performer here.
Yeah, he doesn't have a performer. Yeah, that's what it is. It's really just coming. It's not even necessarily about tapping. It's just he can't.
Because even runway is an element of performance.
Exactly.
You're conjuring a character without words. Even when they do the voiceover, they're creating a character in their mind that they're performing.
When they do the voiceover?
Yeah, when they're like, I'm a bride, who like just killed my husband.
Exactly.
That type of thing. It's a narrative story that you're acting out without words.
True, and he really thought he was going off because his confessional or whatever was like he was, and his little story about it was like.
I remember Anna Nicole Smith's life story very well. I'm reenacting it here.
But how about makeup?
I'm like, what? Are we still talking about him? Like, I don't know why we're going over this to the nth degree.
Well, he's the last one, so.
We don't have the lip sync battle?
Well, we'll get into that next, but I just wanted to make sure we, finished. But yeah, I mean.
C minus.
Yeah, C minus, though, for that. And then the infamous lip sync battle.
And then I am shook. Spoiler. Don't continue watching if you don't know. June Jambalaya wins this. I was shocked. Now, she had all those wardrobe malfunctions, that sad little pussycat wig.
Reveal.
I see all that. But once again, Maddie was like, I've seen the contestants on HBO, that HBO show, what's the show called?
Here?
Yeah, We're Here. The straight contestants on that show do a better job than Maddie did on the RuPaul main stage of this one. And so, not a performer, does not have the it factor. At least June Jambalaya was feeling the emotions, feeling the words. I'm a diehard.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I'm a diehard Kylie fan, And it's like, you better fill your puss in a Kylie song.
I don't know if I agree with you on that, because going into this, I was like, how is Maddie gonna like tap into this? Because I was like curious to see how he was gonna be able to perform. And I was actually shocked, because I think what it was is the what song is it again? Name of it?
I don't know. I can't.
It's a Kylie song, but I forget the name.
It's a Kylie song, yeah.
But anyway, I don't know if it was. So you need to be able to alter your performance based off of the song, right?
Uh-huh.
And I believe that June's performance style is and just like slang, and that's a nice performance style in its own right, yes. But not every song can you do that. This was really the song that you should be giving like slow feel your puss. And funny enough, that's what Maddie was doing. And she did a split. Why are you doing a split to this Kylie song that's not particularly that fast?
Well, because it's the thing that gets the audience through going like, oh,
but it doesn't work.
She did a death drop. She did a split.
If you pay attention to all the past lip syncs, when they were doing a slow song and the girl did a split where it didn't fit, those were the times they go home.
That's true. And I definitely agree with that, and they should have.
Exactly. So it's like, but it doesn't seem like it's in her arsenal to sell slow. She's just kind of like a fast mover performer. And that's why I agree. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if...
I love like you're giving like the new kids on the block like moves.
Well, that's what she gives, or like she'll probably do that at some point. But I don't know. So I guess what I'm truly saying is like, she ain't a girl that can step into a Kylie song.
Well, neither of them are, and that is definitely one thing I know for sure.
But
comparison to Maddie,
but funny enough, Maddie was able to wrap her head around the energy of that song more than her. I'll put it to you this way: we go speak on the elephant in the room. If the song was a Missy Elliott song, she would have slayed her. I'm speaking on the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Basically saying this bitch could not wrap her head around no white Kylie Minogue song, because that's not what she gives for her dance. I'm gonna speak on the motherfucking elephant in the room. She couldn't wrap her head around doing that kind of performance. So that's why she busted out cartwheels, busted out taking off shoes and doing shit, because she couldn't wrap her head around a slow Kylie Minogue song that's about giving just this.
Well, as she said, Alizé and
because that's not her energy.
Because that is her brand.
Exactly. Alizé is the energy, so you can't expect a bitch.
I don't think I've
Alizé to wrap her head around
in 20 years, maybe 25.
Because I mean, honestly, it's a hard ask still, even for me too. I like Kylie Minogue too, but like I don't know that song, but I'd be able to sell it though, because I can wrap my head around giving like slow energy, but she just couldn't wrap her head around it, so she attacked it with just being and granted the song is not like it was a ballad, but it's still not it's more of like a move and feel your puss song, and she kind of just, her style of performing is like only overdoing it and only overselling, so I think that's why she had a problem. And this was the song that you were supposed to just work the stage and doing exactly what Maddie was doing, so that I do believe she was supposed to go home. Like, I think had the nerve to take your shoes off on the main. But yeah, I guess what I'm just basically saying though is the only reason Maddie won and beat her is because it was a slow white bitch song that she was able to wrap her head around, and she was able to just give basic. I mean, I like Kylie Minogue too, but that's a basic song. And had it been an upbeat song, she would have got chopped, because the bitch would have slayed her. And June Jambalaya was not able to wrap her head around that slow, basic song and give that kind of energy that it calls for that song. That's the only reason she won. So it makes me wonder if they start choosing songs based off of like who they kind of want to go home, because they probably like, well, I don't want her to slay this bitch and send her home, because we need this straight bitch here because it's controversial.
I think it's about who had the cheapest licensing rights for the song.
No, because then the one before that, she would like, we know June can perform, and she got a fast song that time. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, well, I'm just wondering what the process is when they're deciding the song.
Who had the cheapest licensing rights for this episode?
No, because it's just like, because I truly do believe that the producers be pulling stunts. Like, let's give them a song that this bitch can't slay. And I think that's what happened. I was just like, I don't think this bitch can slay no Kylie Minogue song.
Well, why do you think they had such an agenda against June?
Not an agenda against June, more so they want the straight bitch to stay because it's controversial for views.
That's true. Yeah.
That's what I would say. Yeah. But
You're right.
But yeah, it was episode 3 gag. We'll keep watching.
So I am, as you can tell by my energy level today, I am like half toe into this whole season. I have said this for years. I just think that there's only so much really fantastic A-list drag talent to go around. This is no season 6 ensemble by any means. So I can barely even register these girls' names. So these girls really need to turn up the heat.
Yeah, they do. And they need, well, they do. And, well, they all could honestly use feeling their puss more,
Right.
but
as a collective, this is, I'm going to say it, and I don't care if I get hates in the comments, this is the worst season of drag.
well, no, it's not the worst because it's one of my favorites because I've just never seen a straight drag queen before yet. So that's interesting to me.
Right. I mean, I was more interested in the Got Mixed journey than, you know,
because I mean, Got Mick is still part of the community. Like literally, we have a fucking outsider doing drag on a show for queer people, so it's new.
Yeah. Oh.
But
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna continue to watch.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
gonna just see how it goes.
But so far, but I think I'm still interested because a lot of the girls, I like Georges, Angeria gives me life. Some of the girls are really giving me life, but we'll see what the season gives for the rest.
And also, you know, with like Queen of the Universe and UK Drag Race, and you know all of these different programs on now. I think it's just like you can just kind of be like, oh, you know, you can get so burnt out on it. It's like, I want RuPaul Drag Race to be the main stage, the main thing, the thing I'm excited for. And I'm like, oh, another thing I gotta watch. You know?
I know, now they're doing, next is the UK Fusion.
Oh, yes.
UK Battle or whatever.
That too. So it's like...
Or no, not even UK. It's like all the girls from all of the...
Yeah, so it's, I think it's UK versus the world or something of that nature.
Is it UK? But why is it UK versus the world when it's like not just the UK though?
Because the BBC paid for it.
Because like the Philippines, a girl from the Philippines is there from that episode, from that series.
From all, I think it's all over.
Yeah, and like,
I mean, we have.
There's so many fucking of them. I don't know.
Many
all
we haven't even
Spain.
We haven't even done Australia yet.
Yeah, there's Australia.
We speak.
But yeah, so that's gonna be the newest one that starts. Juju is gonna be on that one. Mm-hmm. But but episode 3. We'll see you guys next for episode 4 and. In the meantime, make sure you are subscribed. We're like at 800 now. 800 something?
827.
827. So, guys, subscribe, support POC people. I would just use that for the reason of guilt you white bitches into making sure you press that button. I'm just kidding. But yes, in the meantime, bye, guys.
Bye.